Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Aloha Thursday edition of Insurance 101. And on Thursdays, we talk about car insurance. So today I wanted to cover some of the most common myths about car insurance, especially as it pertains to car insurance here in Hawaii. So, let's just jump right into it. So these are things that people think they know about car insurance, but it turns out it's not true, or there is some truth to it, but it's good to know, everything, kind of the whole story, if you want to look at it that way. So the first thing is that, people will say like, well, if I paint my car red, my insurance price will be different, or bright yellow. So that is not true. No matter what color your car is here, whether it's white or bright red or yellow or green with purple polka dots, it's not going to factor into what your insurance costs are. Insurance works by the law of large numbers, and by the law of large numbers, we're taking a look at data available for your type of car, nationwide, and all the drivers nationwide of that type of car, and that's pretty much what factors into your premium, not the color of your car. So another myth that comes up is people will say, well, my insurance costs more because I am a teenager or because I'm over the age of 65. So in the state of Hawaii, we're not allowed to rate for age or driving experience or other factors like gender or those types of things. So, whether you're 16 or 99, your age doesn't come into it. So, even as you get older, your insurance is not going to get more expensive. Kind of the one things about the way things work in Hawaii that makes us a little bit different from other states, because I do know other agents in other states with the company I work for where, driving experience and age is definitely a factor. Myth number 3, your insurance, if you have car insurance, will cover you if your car's stolen, vandalized, burns in a fire, tree branch falls on it. So this could be true, but it is commonly misunderstood. People think, okay, well, all I got to do is get the state minimums and I'm covered. Well, that'll cover you in a liability sake and for, medical instances. But if you want your car to actually be covered for vandalism, theft, those sorts of things, then you have to purchase the coverages that actually cover your car. So that would be comprehensive and collision. The state only requires you to carry liability if you do damage to somebody else's property or if you injure somebody else. But again, if you want the coverage for your car, you have to buy those extra coverages that the state doesn't require. So let's see, another myth. You only need the minimum amount of, auto liability. That's all you need. Well, again, this is, there could be some truth to this. Now, you do need to maintain the state requirements in order to be legally on the road and have your car properly, insured. Not properly insured, but legally insured. Now in Hawaii, the state minimums are $20,000 per person for bodily injury, $40,000 per accident for bodily injury, and then $10,000 if you damage somebody else's property. So those are the limits if you take the minimums. You also need medical coverage. But if you just take those minimums and say you rear end the brand new Porsche on the road, well, your $10,000 property damage is definitely not going to cover the brand new Porsche. In fact, it won't hardly cover any brand new car on the road. So, depending on what kind of assets you have to protect, you might want to carry higher coverages. It's a common saying that happens in my field where you say, pretend like you're driving around with everything you own in the trunk of your car, because that's at risk. If you cause a bad accident, you're definitely at fault and liable. People can go after all of your assets, your house, your boat, your other cars, whatever you have. So talk to your agent about insuring yourself properly. Don't just drive around with what the state requires you to have. And let's see. If another person drives your car, in the event of an accident, his or her auto insurance will cover the damages. So this goes state by state. But in Hawaii, it does go car first and then driver. So if your friend borrows your car and decides, and tells you, hey, look, I have insurance. Don't worry, if I get into an accident, my insurance will cover. Well, it might, but it's first going to go through your insurance because you're the one who owns the car. So this is big if you have a truck, because in Hawaii, everybody borrow your truck to go Home Depot or move some stuff. Just remember that it's your truck's insurance or your car's insurance that's going to be primary. Now, if your insurance coverage runs out, then we can go on to the driver's insurance, but that's always secondary. So yeah, just a couple of myths to cover. We don't rate based on age. We don't rate based on your bright green car, so it doesn't matter what color you paint your car. If you get in an accident, if your friend borrows your car and gets in an accident, it's not going to be his insurance or her insurance that works first. So just a couple things to think about. As always, talk to your agent about what coverages you should have, because everybody's case is different, and we want to make sure that we tailor each policy to meet each person's particular needs. Again, if you have any questions about car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, retirement questions, you can give me a call at 808-689-9770. You can find me all over social media, or you can email me directly at mdixon@allstate.com. That's mdixon@allstate.com. Thank you very much for your time. Drive safely. See you tomorrow with a little bit of financial and life insurance discussion. And after that, have a great weekend.